Fox News alert now. In just a few hours, Robert Hur heading to the Hill as a private citizen after officially resigning as special counsel. He'll now be able to testify more freely on President Biden's retention of classified documents. And that report depicting him as an elderly man with a poor memory, which is why he wasn't charged. Now, in excerpts from his opening statement, Hur claims, quote, "I had to consider the president's memory and overall mental state and how a jury likely would perceive his memory and mental state in a criminal trial. I did not sanitize my explanation, nor did I disparage the president unfairly." House Judiciary Committee Chair Jim Jordan also just got this report, trying to digest it in the break, now with a preview of his questionings and what he thinks about the opening statement. Congressman, I know we just got this moments ago, but what's your initial impression?
Well, I think Special Counsel Hur had one fundamental question to address. Did Joe Biden keep and share classified information? And the answer to that question is a resounding yes. Yes, he did. He kept it in 5 different locations: the Penn Biden Center, the University of Delaware, and then in his garage, his office, and his den at his home. So he kept it at 5 locations. But maybe more importantly, he shared classified information with the ghostwriter of his book. So that is clear. We're going to probe all those areas. But he found that clearly, but then decided, as you pointed out, Brian, that because the president would be sympathetic, and this is Special Counsel Hur's word, sympathetic to a jury because he would appear as an elderly old man who can't remember things, he decided not to bring charges.
So here's an example. So a lot of people say, whether you're Democrat or Republican, why'd you include the things about memory? It's kind of cruel. And then he answers that. He says, I had to consider the president's memory and overall mental state because he asked him about the statement on tape to his ghostwriter that said, I just found all the classified stuff downstairs. He said that to his ghostwriter. He told us he didn't remember saying that to his ghostwriter. So he also said he didn't remember finding any classified material in his home after his vice presidency, and he didn't remember anything about classified documents about Afghanistan. There are volumes about Afghanistan, so either you charge him or you go with what he's saying is, I don't remember. Fair?
I think that's fair. He also said that he couldn't remember when he was elected vice president, how long he served as vice president during the interview that they had over a 2-day time period. So the memory concerns, I think, are evident. The American people see that all the time. But I think there's also, remember, this is over 5 decades. There was classified material found clear back in the early days when Joe Biden was senator from Delaware. So this is a 50-year process. And I think a fundamental point here is Joe Biden was totally familiar with how you are supposed to handle classified documents. 50 years in public service, chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, 8 years as vice president when he's getting a daily intelligence brief, time that he spent in the Situation Room. So he definitely knew what he was supposed to do, failed to do that. But because his memory is so bad, the special counsel said prosecutors have to look at the totality of things when they're going to take a case to the jury. He decided not to bring charges.
So, Congressman, if I didn't give you this report and I just said, OK, action, there's Robert Hur, what would you ask him? Roughly, well, I know you don't want to give away the question, but
I got
what's
some
the spirit what's the spirit in which you're going after? What's the area in which you're pursuing?
I think you look at motive. Why did he do it? Why did he keep it? Because he knowingly, willfully, intentionally kept things. I think the other big point here is the double standard. I mean, Brian, think about this. There have only been 3 individuals run for president from their respective parties over the last 3 cycles: Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, and President Trump. All 3 have had concerns about how they handle classified documents. Only one is getting prosecuted. If that doesn't point to the double standard that we see in this country, I don't know what does. Only one. Right. I mean, there have been other presidents and vice presidents who've had concerns with how they handle classified information. None of them were ever prosecuted. Only Jack Smith, the guy who was looking for ways to go after the very people Lois Lerner targeted, he's the one going after President Trump. I think that'll be a theme in this hearing today as well.
I don't want to tell you what to ask, but Jason Chaffetz said something to me before. He said, did you go after the pseudonyms? He had all those fake accounts, those email accounts that didn't have his name on it. Did you pursue that? Because you asked for the direct messages on Twitter from President Trump at the time and everybody around him. Did you pursue all these different venues? You know, that's the question. I know that he went through a lot, but did he go through everything?
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing we are going to ask Special Counsel Hur is, and one thing we've done is we've said we want the audio tapes. We want all the information you had when you interviewed President Biden. We think if you're not going to prosecute him based on the fact that you believe he's an elderly old man who forgets things, we want to hear those audio tapes. We've asked for that. Right now, the White House and the Justice Department aren't giving it to us. We'll see what happens there.
Yeah, they're going to eventually give it to you. Do they want it in the fall or do they want it out in the spring? That's going to be the question. Congressman, thanks so much. Look forward to the conference today or the hearings today.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.